What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So it's about 10 a.m. in the morning. I think I ended up took a brief nap around 7 p.m. and woke up around 8 and haven't slept since. I actually lost quite a few hours last night since I had to meet up with some friends. So I think I did lose about 5 or 6 hours of grinding that I could have done, but did hop back on it, and like I said, this is kind of like the last stretch, so I recorded a little bit just to kind of, I don't know, for those interested, just show you guys what I've been doing, I guess, last 24, 48 hours. Initially, I didn't even plan on grinding through this world tournament. I mean, honestly, I intended on just getting the mission requirements and be done with it, but a couple of reasons as to why that changed. One being, I really wanted the Cell unit. He's a very good support unit, and he would do pretty well on some of the teams that I have in mind. So definitely wanted a copy of him, and also wanted some dupes. Initially, I wanted to make it within the top 1,000. But like I said, I lost a substantial amount of time last night, and then the night before I ended up sleeping a lot more hours than I intended on. So yeah, didn't go as planned, but you know, I placed high enough. Like, I was hoping for at least within, you know, top 2,000. I think right now, as of this video, it was at 2,500 or so. So obviously the 2001 up to rank 5,000, they all get the same you know, prizes and rewards, so it didn't really make a difference to continue grinding. But I really wanted to finish first place in the local rank, because I only need 2 more dupes to get my LRT and Chaozu to 100%. So that was also another wish list of mine of why I wanted to grind a little bit more. And yeah, I mean, I've got pretty much 3 dupe, yeah, so 2 dupe paths unlocked, and I just needed 2 more copies to get the top right and bottom left. And then his SA or their SA is at level 10, so I just needed to, you know, raise their SA by 10 more. So I'll probably wait for the last, you know, dupe to just use that toward feeding the SA to max level, instead of, you know, wasting Elder Kais or whatever the case is. Probably just hold off on that. But in terms of the potential system, I mean, I can pretty much unlock everything, which actually is interesting, because the guy that was second place would not give up, and he kept chasing the whole time down to like the final minute, and I was keeping tabs because I stopped going through the run once it was, you know, less than 10 minutes left in the world tournament. There's, you know, unless you go through the whole thing and beat the final battle, you know, you're not going to get the points that accrued over that. So I stopped, you know, about 10 minutes, you know, before the tournament ended, and I think I finished at like 65 million, 198,017. So the other guy had 65,197,697. So that was like barely. I had barely enough to beat this guy, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know, once the final tally and calculations take place, if I held the #1 spot or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know if I still have it or not. So, you know, once the calculations and tally take place, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, I kind of regret it a little bit. I wish I had that extra 6 hours to grind. Definitely would have made a hell of a difference, but you know, it's all good, I guess, in a way. But yeah, this was at this point of this recording, I was definitely losing focus and getting tired. I think I actually you know, I was probably chain smoking a lot of cigarettes and drinking energy drinks during this time, just to keep myself awake and try and be focused as much as possible. But you know, you'll see here shortly, but definitely prone to errors and mistakes, which I definitely did, and it was definitely a close call coming up. So you'll see it, like I said. here shortly. But yeah, I mean, when you're not sleeping as much, it definitely does affect you a little bit. Like, I'm probably gonna take a couple hours of nap time and regroup a little bit, but you know, I'm not trying to sleep all day, and then that's gonna fuck up my you know, biological clock or whatever, you know, my routine. Like, I got work tomorrow morning at 8, so I'm not trying to sleep like 5-6 hours during the day and then have a hard time sleeping later on tonight. I'm probably just gonna take maybe an hour or two nap and then try and, you know, be up the rest of the day and then just pass out like I do normally. Which brings me to the other thing. If I do grind again in the next world tournament, it's worthwhile to do that, because it kind of is, because if you place within top 1,000, they give out the potential orbs as part of the rewards, and depending on how good the unit is, that's going to be the reward next time. If I do decide to go through the grind, I'm actually thinking about just taking Friday and Monday off, like use some of my PTO or vacation days, and just that way I don't have to worry about, you know, working and losing time because I'm at work, you know, kind of thing. And also taking the Monday off will allow me to relax the next day instead of, you know, getting ready for work. I don't know. I mean, how did all you guys do? I mean, I did okay. I was hoping for a lot better results, like higher rank, but how did you guys do overall? I know, I'm sure, you know, a couple of you guys, or quite a bit of you guys, probably ended up at much higher rank than me, and you know, that's cool. Like, hopefully next time I'll do a little bit better, but you know, let me know how you guys did, and how many hours you actually slept over the weekend. I guess it'll be a good thing for others to know that are considering going through this, you know, world tournament grind. But you know, it's always interesting to find out how everybody's approaching these tournament grinds, you know, because it's a bitch. I mean, it really is. I mean, especially the fact that you're losing an entire weekend for it. You know, sometimes it's not even worth it. But the last couple of tournaments, I did lay off a little bit and didn't really grind much. I mean, last 2 times, I don't even think I did enough to, you know, get all the mission requirement rewards. So I've been laying off a little bit the past couple times. So I figured, you know, since the cell unit's pretty good and I wanted some dupes for the guy, I figured I'd just grind a little bit this time, and it's fine. I'm actually surprised. I mean, I'm tired as shit, but surprisingly doing a lot better than I thought I would, I guess. But you know, that brings me to another point. I'm like shocked at okay, before I get into that, this is where I made the mistake of LR Broly in the middle. I thought I had enough ki for him to get a super, and you obviously know his defense is pretty shitty, right? So like, I was like, oh shit. But luckily I had enough health. But I think if super attack came there, I would have been dead and I would have lost my streak. And you know, the bonus per streak, I think it's like, what, a maximum's like 1.5 or 1.6. But you know, down to the wire, I would have lost that shit. And chances are, if I didn't make it through this run, the guy in second place probably would have surpassed me at that point. So definitely a close call, and like I said, definitely prone to errors and mistakes when you're not sharp. So back to what I was saying, it's always not, you know, funny to see how everyone approaches these tournament grinds. Like, some will stock up on, like, you know, energy drinks and snacks and whatever, like, you know, the I don't know, like Gatorade, Powerade, all that kind of shit, you know, like, everybody has their personal take. I think mainly for me it was energy drinks and cigarettes. Really, that's really all I had, and that's all I needed. Yeah, other than that, just be in a bright area so you don't get drowsy and shit. Definitely avoid the bed at all costs, because I tried that for a few hours and I was getting drowsy and I had to switch it up a little bit. But I mean, it's fun when you do it every now and then, but like, I wouldn't really recommend doing it every tournament. I used to do that for a while, and I got to the point where I was starting to burn out, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it gets to the point where you gotta have your weekends, and it's not worth it, you know. But in this particular tournament, though, I did I really wanted the new Cell unit because he's a very good support unit. I mean, it's what, like 30 or 35% increase to attack and defense, and then 50% drop for super type enemies. So very good support type unit. So I figured I'd love to have him with a couple dupes just to be able to run him on a team. So I'll probably do a video on that later on. But yeah, that's pretty much the update on the tournament grind. So thanks for watching.